Busy, busy? Nothing. Hi beekeepers. I thought I'd share a video with you. It's been warm for the last 3 days. It's in the mid-60s right now. Got close to 70 yesterday. And so I thought I'd take advantage of the warm weather and come out and check the bees. And I came across something I didn't want to find. I had a couple of deadouts. I didn't have my camera with me yesterday, so I thought I'd wait to clean up the hive a little bit. I had already dumped out the dead bees, but I wanted to show you what a deadout looks like and how surprising it is. It just makes me feel bad, but I want you guys, no one ever seems to share my bees are dead videos, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to see, stupid truck, thought this would be a good opportunity to see what a hive with a deadout looks like. So let's see what's in here. I'll show you what they left behind or didn't leave behind, or what I left them. I never robbed this colony. This was a double stack nuke originally that I moved to a 10 frame back in October. So empty frame on the outside. A lot of honey here. Some honey and pollen through here. Some uncapped honey there. Might have been some food that they never capped off towards the end of the season. I don't see any of the reflective Varroa urine. This stuff that looks crystallized. There's a few robbers that have found this, not many. Another frame of honey and stores here. That may explain some of the mildew on the lid. Some of this food didn't get evaporated down before it got too cold. Honey, pollen, honey, and some more uncapped stores. I'll be taking these frames inside the house and putting them in the freezer to store for springtime to use in splits. Once again, lots of honey. More honey. This is the frame where the cluster was, and it was small. You can see that they're dead. Several of them here. Very small cluster of bees. It could have been varroa mites that got them. They're dead right next to honey. So they got cold. Definitely got cold. See what's on the other side. Just more stores. It's pollen. That's about it. There's zero brood of any sort in here. almost looks mildewy, but I guess not. Plenty of food stores. I'm gonna guess that these might have had too high a mite load going into winter. Or they probably would have been able to have survived. But that's that. Another frame of pollen on the outside, a little bit of honey. That's that. So, take these frames in the house and get them in the freezer. I've got another colony that didn't make it as well, and I'll take you through there. But this is pretty sad. This was a double deep. Empty frame with pollen. Pollen and honey. Lots of honey through there. This is where the cluster was yesterday, the dead cluster. I'll show you, let me get this to where we can see it better. So you can see it's all pollen through here, honey, and then lots of dead bees down in the cells. I see what looks like what could be little crystals in the bottom of some of these, but it looks like this is wax that's chewed off. There's the other side. The cluster at the end was really small, about the size of an orange from the way it looks. They were surrounding their last little bit of brood here. Some ants. I'm trying to clean this out now. But just dead larvae. A few more. So, in case you ever wondered what a deadout looks like, this is it. Frame full of food. I suspect the mite count might have been high going into winter, but right here are apivar strips that I took out of these at Thanksgiving for a second treatment. So it's kind of troublesome. This is all food. Lots of food in this colony. Again, lots of food. Just pounds of it. It's almost an entire frame of honey. You try and do things right, and sometimes what you think is right might not be. I'm going to take a look in this bottom brood box. That's a heavy box. That's pretty sad. No live bees. Cross comb here. Empty. Old queen cup that I had left there for him. Empty. Empty. Looks like all they had moved up into the top box the way you'd expect them to, following the food. Let's pick clean. That's interesting. I'd moved that in earlier to try and get them to draw it out. That wasn't going to work. Just a little bit of pollen. Whole lot of pollen. Lots more pollen. That's a ton of pollen. Somebody's going to get lots of bee food in the spring. I might move some of this over to one of the other survivor hives. Look at all that pollen. Another queen cup there. I wonder what happened in this case. Doesn't look like anything was ever in there. It was just a cup, but still. Pollen stores. Pollen stores. And lots of pollen once again. Just tons of pollen. So that's that. I'm going to redistribute some of this to the flow hive and to those two survivor hives down there. One of them's pretty weak, so I don't know if they're going to make it. Their cluster seems to be pretty small, but they're still in there. Just going to have to research and see what I could have done differently. Did my varroa mite treatments, made sure everybody had plenty of food. But maybe there was too high a mite count going into the in late fall still. But all things being the same, flow hive was treated exactly the same as was the other survivor hives. So might have been another factor come into play. But that being what it is, I have lots of room to move into now in the spring, so plenty of food stores for spring splits to try and grow the apiary back out again. Hope your winter's going better than mine. Lost 2 out of 5. Might be 3 out of 5 before it's all said and done. But I'm not giving up.